Good afternoon. Welcome to Lebanon Vet Talk. I'm your host, Adam Fries, and I'm here with Becky Jewsbury, the president of Branson Veterans Task Force. Welcome. Glad you can make it.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell me about your organization?
Sure. So we're a 501c3 non-for-profit. We're comprised of veterans and civilians. We have a board of 13, and we host several veteran events throughout the year just to promote patriotism. One of my personal goals is to connect children with veterans anytime I can. I think it's important for our kids to understand the prices that have been paid for all of the benefits that they enjoy every day. So we do that through different events all throughout the year.
Okay, great. So what made you guys decide to start this back, if I remember correctly, in 1997?
So our mayor, which is Larry Milton, he's a Marine veteran, and I used to work for him for a company, and he started it with his wife. And back in the day, it was called Hand in Hand Purple Heart Retreat, a reunion. And so he started it and I worked for him. And so I volunteered and I just fell in love with the event and with the veterans and everything that it stood for. And so we parted ways. I went to a different company. He became mayor at some point. When 2020 happened, Purple Heart ceased to continue that event. And in 2021, the task force was approached and asked if they would take it over. And so we started the first event in 2022 with the task force just to continue that legacy. And it's such a rare thing to have that many Purple Heart recipients together. A lot of them are awarded once they've passed. And so to have them all together, it was just very important. And having worked the event, I saw firsthand the healing that takes place. I'll never forget one day we were doing a registration and this young gentleman walked in and he registered and he looked really nervous and he registered and put his head down and started walking out. And I was like, hey, where are you going? He's like, I don't belong here. I said, what do you mean you don't belong here? Are you Purple Heart? Yes, ma'am. Well, then you belong here. Let's go. So I sat him down at a table with some Vietnam veterans that I was very friends with, knew him very well. And they took him under his wing, and that man's life was changed through the weekend. You know, he thought because he wasn't a Vietnam veteran, that he had no place there, and he clearly did, you know, and they just changed his life, honestly. And so when you see things like that happen, it's very easy to get excited about working the event.
The power of brotherhood.
Yes, for sure.
All right. So are you guys only involved with the Purple Heart retreats? Or
no.
Do you do other things?
We do. We do events throughout the year. That's our first one. And then we have Veterans Week, which is November 5th through the 11th. And we have a ton of events during Veterans Week. We have a Veterans Village, and that has a mess hall where all of our veterans eat for free. Their companions that come with them, family members, I think it's like $6 a person. So it's very, very affordable for everyone. And then we have a room that has veteran service officers in it to help with claims and answer questions, all of that. And then we have a day room, which is probably our most popular room. It's like a hospitality suite on steroids. So we have live music and we have coffee and sweets and raffle prizes and all the things. But I think the most important thing about that room are the tables and chairs because it allows them to sit and to visit. And that's where that camaraderie and that brotherhood really starts to open up. And then we have two rooms that are vendor rooms. And so we have vendors from all over that come in and sell their goods, whether they're veteran-based or, we had a guy that brought in alpaca, sweaters and that kind of thing.
Those are soft.
Yeah, it's just a nice shopping event. So that's the Veterans Village, and that goes on all week. And then we have a Veterans Celebration show, and that is produced by Tina Cooper. She is Clay Cooper's wife, and Clay Cooper is one of our aldermen in Branson, but also an entertainer. He's had a show there for probably 20 years.
The name sounded familiar.
Yeah, so great family. Tina has been so gracious to produce our shows for the last few years. So she brings in local entertainers, and it's just a variety show, for a lack of a better word. And we have it at one of the theaters in Branson. And last year, I think we had about 750 50 in attendance at that show. So just an amazing time. It's free. There's no ticket price at all there. So that's how we start the week. And then we have the Navy Memorial Service, which is a two bell tolling memorial service with keynote speakers, color guard, breakfast, all the things. And that's a free event. And then one that's really near and dear to my heart is Medic, Nurses, and Combat Vet Reunion. And through my work with Purple Heart, I met a gentleman. His name is Everett Kelly. And we had known each other for probably 10 years. And he never had told me his story. And I wasn't going to ask, And so one day he told me. And with tears streaming down his face, he told me that his biggest regret was never being able to thank the nurses and the medics that saved his life. And he was like, they were my angels. Like, I thought I was gone, and he said, I woke up and realized I had made it, and he had never been able to thank them. And so just a seed kind of got planted in me, and I was like, we've got to get them together. We've got to get nurses and medics and combat vets together. And so I started this reunion, and it's just an amazing thing because it's not like it's your medic or your nurse, but it doesn't seem to matter. They just want that connection. And what I thought was going to happen was it would be healing for the veteran because he could say thank you and he could,
Right.
What I didn't bank on happening was it was just as healing for the medical side because they had a lot of guilt of, do they know I did everything? Did he know that I didn't want to have to cut off his leg or his arm?
Right.
And so there was a lot of guilt there that they were carrying. And so it just became this amazing event. So that's probably one of my favorites. And this is our 10th year. And I think Everett is going to actually come and be a part of it this year. So
good.
yeah, he lives in Texas now. So I'm hopeful that he'll be there. And then another one that I very much enjoy is our Rose Petal Ceremony. And so that's for all the ladies. And so that's just paying homage to the service that they have provided, the ultimate sacrifices that have been made by our female veteran. And so it's all female. We have female color guard. We had this last year a 20-year combat veteran, and she spoke for us. So just an amazing time for the ladies. And so we just try to love on the ladies and spoil them and let them know that we love them. Because I think a lot of times they get overlooked. You know, it's all about the guys.
Yeah.
So we have that one. And then that's pretty much it for Veterans Week. And then I think our last event of the year is our Veterans Wreath Project, where we lay wreaths at the headstones of our hometown
That'll be in
heroes.
December, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
So we stay busy.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So what's it going to cost for a Purple Heart recipient and their spouse or a family member or whatever? What's it going to cost for them to come down there and enjoy that?
So the Purple Heart receives his itinerary for free, and then they pay just for their room. And then if they have a spouse or someone that comes, they pay for their itinerary. So it really depends on what they choose to do. We try to make it more of an a la carte experience. I'm the director of Westgate Resorts, and so I got them the very best deal I could get at our property, which is why we hold it there, and we get free meeting space. So we try to make it as economic as we can for everyone. And we're working on a project next year that the Purple Hearts package will be completely free. Oh. So their room and their itinerary will be completely free, and then they would just be paying for whoever came, to do the shows with them. So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Good. So any keynote attendees, any big wigs?
Yes, we're so excited. So we have got Brigadier General Bradley Leonard coming. I'm very excited about that. He's actually a friend of my husband's. They kind of have gone through the ranks, not the ranks. My husband's not military, but they've kind of grown up together. And so he was excited when he found out. We just got him confirmed very recently, so he was excited about that. So he will be our keynote for opening ceremony, which will be at the Chateau on the Lake Resort. And we will also have our mayor there who will be speaking, who is a Marine veteran. And he has a very close tie with a lot of the Purple Heart because he started this. So they will be our opening speakers. And then our closing speaker is Staff Sergeant Shiloh Harris. And so he is an Army veteran. He was injured in an IED explosion. He had over 75 surgeries to get back to somewhat of a normal.
I read about his story. Very.
He's an amazing man. I'm very excited to meet him. I've spoken with him a few times, and he's just an amazing person. So he's going to come to closing, and he'll be there for our closing event. We have dinner and a dance for closing at Westgate. So
great. Well, before we started, you told me that there were other events happening and other businesses that were doing stuff for the year because of America's 250th birthday. So can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure. So our mayor has made a proclamation that we are the most patriotic city. I don't know how official that is, but we're going to take it. And so he has challenged the city to just really roll out the red, white, and blue carpet. And so we have murals all over town for photo ops that are just amazing and beautiful. We have, like Silver Dollar City, they have a promotion going this year, and all active duty military get a free season pass. Wow. So that is huge. I was so impressed that they did that. We are going to have a Guinness World Book attempt.
I saw that. I was hoping you'd bring that up.
Yes. So from what I understand, it's going to be, we will have the most American flags within
Now, what's
the city.
The current record?
See, I don't know what the record is, but we're going to attempt to break that. So that'll be fun and exciting times. So just a lot of different events going on. And really in Branson, I'm so proud to say that any time of the year, you can go to a show and our veterans are recognized. We don't wait for the 250th or for, 4th of July. I mean, we really, every moment that we get an opportunity, we are honoring our veterans. And so I love that about our city. And I think they're just going to amp it up even more, this year. So
that'd be great. That'd be good. Well, so if somebody wants to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
Yeah, so just go to bransonveterans.com, and that'll take you to our website. There's an events tab, or down at the bottom, there's all the different events listed. You can just click on that. It'll give you more information. You can RSVP. We'd love to have you.
Now, do you have a Facebook?
We do have Facebook. So you can also reach us there. It's Branson Veterans Task Force. And we would love to have you there. We're trying to grow that. I'm new in all of that digital world. So
no, I understand completely.
I have a younger girl that tries to help keep us on track.
Yeah. I got a 17-year-old.
Yes.
He knows all about the electronics. Becky, thank you for joining us here on Lebanon Vet Talk and talking with us about Branson Veterans Task Force.
Thank you for having me.
All right. All the information will be in the description, the video's description on how to get in contact with Becky if you so desire. Stay tuned to Lebanon Now's Vet Talk for future videos. And as always, keep your head on a swivel. I got your six.